Hello, welcome to this Guide to Freedom Grants for 2018-19. My name is Hannah and I work with the Freedom Grants here in the ENVSC office. Today I'm going to talk about how this grant is used and share some tips for you to remember as you complete your grant applications. The Freedom Grant is a $2,000 grant for Elks lodges to use for projects that serve veterans and active duty military members in need. This year, Freedom Grants will be awarded to the first 300 lodges to submit eligible applications. Freedom Grant applications will be open on July 1st and will remain open until all the grants have been awarded. Freedom Grant projects must focus on one of the following 5 areas of increased need: employment, homelessness and housing, military families, health, educational support. These are some basic rules for all SIP grants, including the Freedom Grant. Your project should follow one of these IRS-defined charitable categories. Remember, projects with active elk involvement are always the best. There are some things that SIP grants may not be used for. Remember that only 10% of the grant budget can be designated for promotion or publicity. These guidelines and more can be found in the full SIP field guide on our website. Freedom Grant projects should be designed to serve veterans in need. These are the types of projects that have been completed with past Freedom Grants: stand downs, job fairs with interview training and resume writing workshops, supply kits for veterans moving into new homes, street packs of supplies for veterans who are living outdoors, field trips for hospitalized veterans, family events such as baby showers or distribution of food baskets to families in need, or you could hold a school supply drive for the children of veterans. For more ideas, you can take a look at last year's projects on the Freedom Grant webpage. Here are a few tips to help make your application stand out. Number 1, describe active elk involvement. Let's say your lodge will be hosting a meal and creating comfort kits for hospitalized veterans. It may seem obvious what Elks will be doing when you describe your project, but if you let us know who will be responsible for each part of the plan, it communicates your commitment and the organization you've already done for your project. So instead of saying many Elks will help, you can give us details like 20 people will shop for the ingredients and prepare the food, and 25 Elks will serve the meal and distribute the kits while visiting with veterans. Number 2, tell us how you will complete your plan. Do you need transportation for your event? If you're working with the VA, will they be providing a bus, or have you researched the cost of hiring a bus as a lodge? Accessibility. If you're going to plan a fishing trip, is the boat or dock equipped for wheelchair use? Identifying veterans in need. If you're making food baskets for families in need, let us know that you're in contact with specific families, or if you're working with an organization that will connect you to those families. Sometimes privacy rules can become an obstacle for completing your plan, so it's always best to tell us that you're planning ahead. Partnerships. If you're working with another organization, let us know how it's going. Tell us who the organization is, and if you know any other details about how they operate. It always helps to let us know about those partnerships. Building a budget. A lodge proposing the project of assembling survival supply packs for veterans experiencing homelessness can show their budget in 2 very different ways. On the left, we have a general budget. There's only a few lines here to describe the purchases for the project. Try not to combine too many items on one line. Here you can see bags and clothes. Well, this project includes sleeping bags and backpacks, and that's all combined on one line. You don't want to do that. Another line on this budget says miscellaneous. Never describe budget items simply as miscellaneous or other. This indicates that your project could use more planning. On the right, we have a much more descriptive budget. Each of the items are described more specifically, and one of the lines here says clothing detailed below, and it indicates that the budget narrative is going to be used to further describe that line item. The budget narrative is a space for detailed explanation of your budget. This lodge chose to use the budget narrative to list specific clothing items that are needed for cold weather survival. What to expect this year? Apply early. We expect all the grants to be awarded by the end of August, so even though applications will remain open until we receive all of the applications, it's best to get yours in as early as possible. Don't skip the details. Even though you're trying to get your application in as early as possible, don't skip anything, because if you do, we're going to end up following up with you to get more details from you, and this could set you back a little bit. We may ask your lodge to make adjustments or additions to your plan because we want to help you make your project as successful as possible. Stay informed. For more ideas, guidelines, and the complete SIP field guide, please visit the Freedom Grant webpage on the elks.org website. If you have questions, feel free to contact the ENBSC office at 773-755-4736, or you can email us at vets@elks.org, and you can ask to talk to Hannah. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you for watching, and good luck to all the lodges this year.